Hey, what is going on, you guys? It is Mr. No Sleep here from Old School RuneScape, and welcome to a brand new video for you all today. So today I bring you guys loot from 1000 Rune Dragons, and I just wanted to say thank you guys so much for the amazing feedback on the Dragon series so far. These videos have been getting a lot more views lately, and it's been very surprising. So yeah, I really do appreciate that. This video actually marks the 24th loot video overall on the channel so far, which really doesn't seem like that much, but man, we have a lot more monsters to kill, and just as it goes for dragons, we still have to kill bronze, iron, steel, and of course Vorkath. I think that's all the dragons that I plan on making a video on for now, so you guys will see those videos probably uploaded in the next month or so. I do plan on uploading other loot videos in between those, but yeah, I do hope you guys have enjoyed this dragon series. And with all that being said, let's get into the video. So starting off, you know, when we started the Addy Dragon video, we were at 2000 KC, and for the Rune Dragon video, we are starting at 1000 KC. Of course, we're going to use that mural to keep track of the kills so that we get everything exact and perfect, but if you don't want to do that, keep in mind every single Rune Dragon kill that you do get is 1 Rune Bar and 1 Dragon Bone, so it's pretty easy to keep track of regardless. Now, in order to get to this location, of course you have to have done a Dragon Slayer 2, and then you have to get a Dig Site Pendant, and then use it on the Strange Machine north of the Rune Dragon room, which will add a teleport directly to Lithcarin, and all you have to do at that point is right click your pendant and choose the third option down, and it's that simple. So yeah, just keep in mind you do have to have Dragon Slayer 2 completed. Practically the same exact supplies setup as the Addy Dragon video. You know, I did go with 2 prayer potions, and I did go with 2 sips of super combat and super extended anti-fire. I would definitely say the big difference in between Addy Dragons and Rune Dragons would be the gear setup. I was recommended in the comment section of my last video to try out Justiciar or Justiciar armor. I think one of those pronunciations is correct. And I would say the reason people use this armor here is because it's really good for absorbing all the range and the melee attacks, and then if you just pray magic, you really don't have to worry about that attack, so it's really good comparatively to Carols or Bandos, although I did see a few people wear Bandos here. The armor set itself does cost 100 mil to get, so I understand if not everyone can afford it, but just keep in mind I would say it's probably the best armor option for Rune Dragons. I wouldn't say the same for Addy Dragons, but for Rune Dragons it really does help. I did also go with the Rapier for my choice of weapon, and that's simply because it's the best stab weapon in the game, and it works really well on dragons. So yeah, I do recommend it if you can afford it, but it is 300 mil, so something to keep in mind. So not even 1 hour into the video, we did manage to pick up our first rare, which was a pair of dragon limbs. Now, as it goes for dragon limbs on Rune Dragons, the drop rate is 1 in 800, so not as rare as Addy Dragons, but it is nice to see dragon limbs once again. Needless to say, I was not expecting a drop so early into the video, but I was not going to complain about it at all. So as it goes for the other rare drops on the Rune Dragon drop table, you have the Dragon Metal Lump, which essentially is a component to make the Dragon Plate Body. That would be 1 in 5,000, and of course you have the Draconic Visage, which is 1 in 8,000. So most dragons do drop the Visage, but only these specific dragons in the Lithcarin dungeon drop the components that you need for a Dragon Kite Shield, which would be the Addy Dragons, and the Dragon Plate Body, which would be the Rune Dragons. So if you're ever curious about how to get those 2 items, these are the things that do supply them into the game. Just trying to prepare you for your RuneScape pop quiz this week is all. I think we should also play a drinking game. Anytime you hear the word dragon throughout this video, take a shot for me. Anyways, getting back to the drop table, you know, at this point we are about 130 kills into the video, which is just shy of definitely not the drop rate for a Visage, which is 1 in 8,000, as I mentioned before. And yes, we actually managed to get one from a Rune Dragon. I mean, you know, when you get a Visage and Dragon Limbs 130 kills into the video out of a 1000 loot vid, you kind of say to yourself, man, should I just upload it now? Or, I mean, what can you possibly get to match this or to top that? What am I going to get, a Rune Dragon pet now? Like, this is just insane. I haven't had a Visage on this account in probably close to 2 years. The last Visage I had was from Steel Dragons on a Slayer task, and that was before I was max. So yeah, it's been a long time since I've seen a Visage on the ground. Last one that I saw was actually on my Iron Man account from a Black Dragon about a year ago. So yeah, it was really nice to see that. Another 9 mil to the price check. It's actually not as much as the Dragon Limbs are, which is kind of funny, but it's about 100k shy. So you could say I had a pretty good start to this video, and you know, I'm curious if next video, depending on whatever the drop table will be from the monster, I wonder if this luck will continue. This is actually the 3rd video in a row with good luck, and it certainly makes the series a little bit more interesting. So we just got to keep praying to the RNG gods, and hopefully all will be well with that. So anytime time I would get a dragon plate skirt drop or dragon plate legs, including the dragon med helm, usually I would try to get it on video just to kind of showcase the other dragon drops that you can get from these runes. I just really love rune dragons. I mean, overall, comparatively to the Addy dragon drop table, it's all rune items, you know, nothing Addy or anything like that, and the only thing up from rune would be dragon. I will certainly drink to that. You know, they also do have elite clue scrolls on their drop table. It's 1 in 300, but I didn't really see too many elites throughout this video, but you know, it's always a nice break from the grind itself to do those elite clue scrolls. You never know, you might get lucky, might get third age longsword, or you might get another pair of dragon limbs. No, you can't get that from a clue scroll, but yeah, there you go, guys. Probably around kill 390, second pair of dragon limbs in the video. I mean, I don't know, I know people don't like when I talk to myself in game, but I had to type it out, man. Dragons are very nice. I mean, most people I was meeting at Rune Dragons were just there on their maxed account, just kind of AFKing to make money for whatever reason. You know, they'd be on like an Iron Man or something on the side. So I mean, Rune Dragons are just there to mainly just be kind of an AFKing monster to kill for money. They remind me a lot of Wyverns in like 2016. But I think the best thing about these Rune Dragons is that they have these dragon limbs on the drop table and also a lump, you know, extra rares to make that incentive even more so to kill them, because, you know, you kill 1,000, you're making a consistent 1 mil an hour, and then all of a sudden a 9 mil drop falls on the floor and it's like you've been there for another 9 hours. So these rares are really enticing. It's really what makes people probably kill these Rune Dragons, especially over Addy, since the drop rate on the limbs is lower here, and they're just really chill, you know. Even the styles of attack compared to Addy Dragons are just really relaxing. It doesn't have a poison attack, so you don't even need to bring an antidote here, nothing like that. The only attack that it has that covers a 5x5 area is this electric attack, kind of like a charge, and as long as you're wearing insulated boots, you're virtually going to take no damage from it. I don't think you'll ever see anyone run away from that specific attack like you would see in Addy Dragons with the poison attack. This electric attack is nothing like that. If you wear these insulated boots, you'll be taking almost no damage, so very important to wear. You'll probably never see anyone here wearing primordials or anything like that, so always wear insulated boots. Probably the #1 thing to bring to Rune Dragons, kind of like an antidote is to bring to Addy Dragons. And just like last video, we were using a Dragon Warhammer for the special attack. You know, as long as you do manage to get at least 1 damage in with that Warhammer spec, it will dramatically increase the speed of the kill. And if you happen to be a lower level, you know, someone who isn't that high up to kill Rune Dragons on like a consistent money-making basis, always keep in mind that they are a Slayer task. So as long as you get that Slayer helmet equipped, you will have major bonuses compared to other people here, and you will be able to kill these Rune Dragons efficiently, whether or not you're ranging or using melee. So they are a Slayer task. As a matter of fact, they can be assigned by Duradel, Neve, or Steve, and they are 363 Slayer XP per kill. Good money and good XP. You can't say no to a task like that. I don't know if I'd recommend you guys to do an Addy Dragon task, but Rune Dragons, as you can see just by this video, very, very different from Addies. And I think it's important to compare the two, just so you know, which one is worth killing and which one is definitely not worth killing. Of course, RNG does play a big role. If you're curious what RNG is, it pretty much just means your luck with rare items. You know, if you manage to get a bunch of limbs, then obviously that dragon's gonna seem like it's much more valuable, much more worthwhile. But again, it's just luck. So that's different for everyone. You know, as it goes for this next guy coming up here, I just want to give a quick shout out to him. Unfortunately, I did cost him his life. You know, I've never seen anyone use Ivan Blast here, but like I said, he was a lower level on that Slayer task, motivated, and he actually said that he'd tried to tell me that he enjoyed my videos and I cost him his life. So I guess it's true, man. Nice guys really do finish last. You know, you try and compliment someone and it gets you killed, but I don't know, that's the world we live in, man. But anyway, to finish off this video, you know, we had just about 100 kills left to go, and we did see our second elite clue scroll. I think it was our second, either second or third, but either way, it is a good way to finish up the video. All in all, this did take me, since I was averaging around 50 to 60 kills per hour, it is really hard to say because sometimes I was more AFK than I was others, so you know, some hours were different, but I would say that overall this video took no longer than 18 hours to complete. So whatever the price check is at the very end of the video, just divide that by 18 or something like that. I'm really bad at math, and there you go, as it goes for your profit per hour. And I'm not trying to sound arrogant or anything, but I don't really do these videos to determine the profit that you make per hour, and the reason I say that is because everyone does things differently, you know what I mean? Everyone's a different combat level, everyone uses different setups, so what I make in 1 hour may not be what little Johnny, who's a level 108 with a Zamorak Hosta, will make per hour. So I just go based on the drops, because I feel like when you show just the drops, that's 100% relatable to any player who wants to kill 1000 rune dragons, not really specifying the efficiency that played a part in that, if that makes sense. Alright, I have no idea what I'm talking about, so let's go ahead and price check all the normal items. This is including everything but the dragon items, and it comes out to be 33.4 mil. Obviously, all those rune items stacking up to be a nice amount, including the rune bars, you know, 12.3 mil just in the bars. You know, thankfully, rune dragons drop 1 bar to 1 bone, you know, that's the ratio here, and that does make for more kills per inventory, not like Addy dragons where you have 2 bars per 1 bone and you have to bank even more. But with that being said, let's move on to the next price check here. We have every single each and individual dragon item, all unnoted, coming out to be a whopping 29.9 mil, which will go ahead and round up to 30. So you have the first price check 33.4, adding on to the second price check of 30 mil, meaning that we made 63.4 mil in total from 1000 rune dragons. That is absolutely incredible. Now, we did receive more limbs from the Addy dragon video, but thankfully that visage really did come in clutch, as well as all the other drops combining up to be more than we made from the adamant dragon video, as well as the mithril dragon video. So now we have to factor in the cost of supplies. As we showed at the beginning of the video, we had about 16 mil in total supplies. I believe we showed that around 2 minutes in, and now we are down to 8.7, meaning we spent 7.3 mil in supplies. Subtract that from the overall price check, and your overall profit from 1000 rune dragons comes out to be 56 mil. So with that being said, guys, thank you so much for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I enjoyed doing it, and I will see you guys in a few days with another video.